This is Martha Chapman, and I'm back with some more good food for our eyes, for our ears, and for our souls. I have a word, and this particular word, I wanted to really give you food for thought. I want this word to permeate your soul and really wake up how God specializes in the impossible, how God shows up as he said he would. Now, this particular word, it has significance because there was a lot going on. Pharaoh was relentless. His heart was hardened, and he was relentless in chasing after the children of Israel, who they were trying to get out of Egypt. Now, Moses was on board and trying to get them over to the promise. But Moses said something profound to them, and they had to listen to Moses because Moses had heard from God. And Moses told them, he stood flat-footed and firm. And this is what he said. Exodus chapter 14, verses 13 and 14. But Moses told the people, don't be afraid. Just stand where you are and watch the Lord rescue you. The Egyptians that you see today will never be seen again. The Lord himself will fight for you. You won't have to lift a finger in your defense. How many of you could flat-footed stand in the mirror and say, the Lord will fight for me? The Lord will fight for me. And then whatever you see, what is the enemy that you're not going to see anymore? Because if God spoke it to Moses, then God can let that get real contagious in us today. Because God's word does not go void. And so when all of Israel children were going through, and it was just water, God did part that Red Sea, and they all did go through, and to the last person. And then God let that water come closing down in that Red Sea, and all of Pharaoh and his charioteers and everybody, they died. In a tough situation, that's when God specializes. If one is praying, fasting, sitting still, and listening to the voice of the Lord, and if you know you heard from the Lord, stand on what God told you, not what the earthly realm looks like, what God told you, because God specializes in the impossible, and he fights your battles. He fights my battles. So many times in life, we are questioning, is God going to see me through? The finances are bleak. The situation is not looking good. Health is declining. So many warfares are rising up. But if God continuously, consistently comes through, he's going to come through. Now, when I was younger, there was a devotional that used to well out in church. He may not come when you want him, but he's right on time. God shows up and he carries the battle for us. And he fights for us. There's not one time in the Bible where God put someone to a test and didn't help them, or when God saw someone that was sick and didn't heal them. He's going to work it out for you. If the children of Israel could sing a song, they probably would have chose that Mary, Mary song. Lord, I'm thankful for my blessing, everything that you gave. When danger was around me, my life, Lord, you saved. Where would I be without your love? Where would I be without your grace? You didn't have to do it, but I'm glad you did. They probably was shouting. They probably was jumping up and down. They probably was high-fiving each other because he showed up and he did exactly what he told Moses he would do. The enemy that you see today, you're not going to see him anymore. And they didn't. I'm going to fight for you. And he did. And they made it over to the other side on dry land. So Pharaoh thought he was going to win that, because Pharaoh didn't see how they were going to make it out. But that's where God steps in and say, you're never going to know my plans, because I specialize in the impossible. If God and Pharaoh had a conversation, I'm sure that's how it went. I specialize in the impossible. I love my children, and your hand will never touch them. But none of Pharaoh's army nor Pharaoh could hear the conversation because he destroyed them. God don't play about his children. He's going to fight every battle. All he wants me and you to do is believe, trust him, stay in his word, fast, and listen to his voice for direction. He's never going to fail you. Never. So be encouraged in knowing that every situation that God assigns us to, he's going to bring us through. So may this word bless you, and may it reestablish the way you trust God. May it reestablish your hope in God, and may it remind you that whatever the enemy is in your life, you're not going to see it anymore, because God is in control. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and bless somebody with this word. And until next time, keep shining.